Right.
We man dami. Ready to go? Okay. Happy. Let me shut the door. Merry Christmas, everyone. It is my favorite time of the year. There's loads of cooking, there's lots of alcohol, there's lots of family, friends, games nights, loads of lovely food. And as you can tell from the title of the video, I'm gonna make the best internet roast potatoes. I know it's a bold claim. I was taught by the incredible Jake Hassel at Gleneagles, but he's not an influencer, he is a chef, so I'm gonna claim the prize of best internet roast potato. He's the only one who makes a better roast potato than me, in my opinion, but I'm sure the comments are gonna slate me down below anyway. We're gonna show you two ways to make roast potatoes, a vegetarian version and a meat version. For the start of the vegetarian roast potatoes, we need to infuse our oil. So we've got some veg oil. We're gonna add in a whole bulb of garlic. And this is a technical term. This is called a shit ton of herbs, basically. We're gonna add that into the oil. And basically what that's gonna do is we're gonna get that garlicky, herby, glorious flavor into the oil, and it's gonna coat the potatoes absolutely perfectly. So we don't get burnt herbs when we put them in a hot oven. We're gonna get that beautiful flavor wrapped around the potato. It's gonna be unbelievable. So let's rock and roll. Rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, peppercorns, and then just simmer that for a few minutes just to impart all that flavor while we move on to the potatoes. And we're using these beautiful Maris Piper potatoes. Now it's really important that you use the right type of potato. This is really starchy. And the reason we want a high starch content is because that starch, when it gets cooked, turns into sugar, and then that sugar caramelizes, giving us the crispiest roast potato ever. It's Maris Piper's in the UK, but if you're over in the States, you kind of want to use something like a Russet or a Yukon Gold for the best roast potatoes. So we just need to peel them up, chop them up into equal size, then they go into the pot of cold water. And the general rule of thumb is if anything grows underground, it goes into cold water, and anything goes above ground gets put into boiling water. So that's the top tip of the day. You're welcome. Get a bowl and peel all your rubbish into that bowl, just so you don't get a dirty board. And we're keeping a nice clean kitchen. I'll say that and I spilt it. Mikey likes it when we're nice and clean, so he doesn't have to edit around all the mess. Right, cut to a montage of me peeling potatoes, because this is not that sexy. Put some like Marvin Gaye on the background or something. I remember on a Sunday at Gleneagles, I think we'd get through like maybe 100 kilos of roast potatoes. So I remember being up at like 1 o'clock on a Saturday peeling potatoes. So this is a lot nicer having to peel 6 than 100 kilos.
How many potatoes do you think you have peeled?
Oh, that is a great question. That is an unbelievable question. Probably in the thousands, I'd say. Definitely in the thousands. But these are the best peelers to buy. Whatever these black peelers are, they are the ones you'll find in every kitchen, and they get stolen in kitchens. Everyone steals them. Boom, boom. Cut them all the same size, because otherwise they're not going to cook at the same time. See, that one is kind of similar size to this one. They came from different potatoes, one master chopping them up. All right, so like I said, they go into cold water. Anything going under the ground goes into cold water, and that gets brought up to the boil, seasoned with salt, and you want to simmer that for about 10-12 minutes, I'd say 15. But basically what you're looking for is kind of a tender potato, which you can kind of put a knife through, and it kind of, it's hard to explain, but it'll make sense once I show you. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. My biggest cooking tip is that you need to season your food a little bit throughout the whole cooking process. So we've just salted the water there, and these potatoes are actually going to get seasoned 3 times. Well, they're going to get seasoned in the water, they're going to get seasoned in the tray, and then they're going to take a little bit of salt at the end, a little bit of finishing salt. You smell in there, Mikey? Oh, get your nose in there. Don't worry, it's not too hot. All right, things are going well. Once a knife can go through them quite easily, we want to drain them in a colander and leave them for about 5 minutes, because again, that's going to lead to extra crispy potatoes. And you just want to leave them there for about 5 minutes because they're a bit sweaty at the moment. They've just been in the steam room. They've just been sweating. And I'll be honest, they do not look that pretty. But it's the kind of nooks and the crannies and the craggly bits which is going to soak up all that fat and then go really crispy in the oven. So don't hate on ugly potatoes. They're actually going to give you better roasties. I actually do this on Christmas Eve because I've got a million things to do on Christmas Day, and anything you can do beforehand just to make your life a little bit easier, because we do like to enjoy Christmas Day as well, guys, even though we're the cooks. Let them steam dry, let them come down to room temperature, and then just put them in the fridge. You're not going to lose any quality. So we're doing two types. We've got our beautiful veg oil, which we showed you earlier. Now we've got the goose fat. Goose fat is fat from a goose. God, not again. God, this is embarrassing.
This happens every time, mate.
Oh my God. Max, can you do this, please? This is a bit embarrassing. Please don't do it easily. Oh, well done, mate. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, where's Max when you need him? Oh, I'm starting to go red. I think it's the jumper, it's the pressure, it's all getting to me. Yes! God, that's a relief. We'll cut that bit out. Okay, so goose fat, veg oil. Which one's better? We're gonna find out. Right, let's roll the sleeves up for this bit. It's business time. We've got our roasting trays here. We're going to add in our beautiful garlicky herby oil into one. And then we're going to add in our goose fat in the other. Here we go. Let's get that cooking. And you want quite a lot of oil or fat. So we're just going to get them into that oil. You need some space between the potatoes so the air can kind of weave its way in and out of the potatoes so we can get some beautiful crispiness. Every tip I give you is all about crispiness, basically. Okay, so we've done the goose fat ones. We're now going in with the veg oil. Take a look at that. Oh my God. This is just going to be outrageous. I really love not only eating roast potatoes, but also cooking them. Okay, so now I think we need a little bit more oil. So let's just go in with a bit more oil and then a little bit more goose fat. Come on, it's Christmas, eh? Let's have some fun. You don't want any potato, no potato unturned, as they say. Well, I say it, no one else says that, but I do. Hit them with a little bit of salt. Season from a height so you get a nice even distribution of salt. Finish it off with a bit of pepper. And in the oven they go. So we're going to go goose fat on the top and we're going to go veg oil on the bottom. And basically what we're going to do every 15 minutes, we're going to recoat them in the oil just so they cook really nice and evenly. And we're going to show them that extra love, extra attention to get the perfect result, hopefully. Time to flip the potatoes. Why we flip the potatoes, you ask? It's basically so they cook really nice and evenly and the oil can kind of soak into those nooks and crannies. If this was in French, it would be called submerge the potatoes in the oil, basically. So you just want to flip them. Again, we're not being too precious about it. Oh my God. You can also take this opportunity to top up with some more oil as well. So far, the goose fat ones are looking better, but we'll find out at the end. We're going to just swap these over, so we're going to put the veg oil ones on top, just to give them a little bit of love, because the ones at the top of the oven are probably going to brown quicker because heat rises and they're going to be on the top. So another 15 minutes, going to give them another toss. See you for the next step. So they're a little bit more brown, but this is a waiting game. Sorry, are you filming? Yeah. Oh. And these are just looking excellent. So these are the veggie ones. Oh God, I'm getting excited. This one can maybe do with a little bit more fat. So, oh my God. Oh my God. It's important to add in your herbs and garlic near the end of cooking, because if you add them at the beginning, they're gonna burn and you're gonna lose all that lovely flavor. So just get them in the oil, get them kind of coated, and we're just gonna get that lovely garlicky herb flavor, but it's not gonna have enough time to burn in the oven. And they go back in the oven. Right, the moment of truth. Here we go. Done. Look at these puppies. Now, while they're still hot, just hit them with a little bit of fresh rosemary. A roast potato needs to be 3 things. It needs to be golden brown, tick. It needs to be crispy on the outside. Look at this one here. Get that next to the mic. So hot. I will say a roast potato is like hotter than the sun. It kind of retains its heat, so don't worry if it's out for about 5 minutes because they're still going to be hot. Tick, and it needs to be fluffy in the middle. That is perfect. Mmm, perfectly crisp on the outside and just fluffy mash in the middle. I am, however, not getting as much herbage. So we'll maybe see if the vegetarian one's going to beat it. That's what I was talking about. You see the kind of imperfections in the potato? The kind of holes here, little knobbly bits at the end. They're the bits that go crispy. So here we go. Listen to this crunch. Give it a rating out of 10. Mmm. Lighter than the goose fat ones, but that herby flavor just coats the whole potato. And I think these are the winners. That might be a bit controversial, but this is an amazing recipe. If you've got veggies this Christmas, don't worry, you're not gonna lose flavor by not using goose fat. Use this method, it's an absolute winner for the real star of the Christmas dinner. See you next week with next week's video, and thanks for watching. Okay, let's get the sexy shot now. Okay? Boom, boom, boom.